So those who are always criticizing brain drain, I tell them it is not brain drain. It is brain circulation in a global village. 20 years of exposure to the different countries of the world have completely changed my mindset. Japan and Korea already have a lower population growth rate, and being culturally monolithic, they have opened up their doors for the first time to the foreigners, but skilled foreigners. And they have asked Pakistan to provide them 30,000 professionals by 2030. Members of the faculty, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and dear students, it's always a great pleasure for me to come to SZABIST, which I have been doing for a very long time, particularly because I feel that I get inspiration from the young men and women who are attending this institution. And I want to congratulate SZABIST for continuing this practice of having these global conferences so that the students can be exposed to the latest developments in the social sciences and education. I would like to preface my remarks that the world is going through very major changes. And when you prepare yourself for the future, you should not look to the past and to your parents or your brothers and sisters, because if you do that, you would be very much misguided. There are many trends which were not present even in the early 21st century. For example, we were all basking under the glory of globalization, where trade, capital flows, migration, and technology transfer have actually helped improve the standards of living of people in developing countries, reduce poverty from 2 billion people to 600 to 700 billion, boosted the incomes of the developing countries equivalent to that of the advanced countries. So this has been a very positive era in the history of economic development. Unfortunately, since 2016, we are seeing a reversal of globalization, with both Trump and Biden administration coming to power in the United States, which is so far has been the hegemonic world power. There is a tendency towards isolationism, inward looking, and what I call as a protectionism. So they protect your own industry and discourage international trade. And this is because one of the developing countries, China, which had $200 per capita income in 1980, has now gone to challenge the United States with becoming the second largest economy in the world and the largest world trading nation, and a leader in 53 out of 64 emerging technologies of the world. So it has shattered the confidence of the hegemonic power, and therefore you see this kind of tariffs and restrictions from the United States and followed by that Europe. So we have a very difficult situation. Second trend is that of climate change, and that is something which we do not really worry about. Your food, energy, and water security actually depend on the melting of glaciers and removal of all obstacles from the flow of the water, uninterrupted. But now, under the climate change, the heating and warming is leading to flooding, is leading to heat waves, leading to abrupt and erratic trends as far as the climate is concerned. And we will suffer if we do not adapt ourselves to the drought-resistant, heat-resistant, smart agriculture, which will be able to feed us and our next generation. The third trend, which is going to affect all of you, and I'll spend a little bit of time later on this, is the advancement of technology. The speed with which technology is going to affect both our production processes and our standards of living is totally unanticipated. Nobody can anticipate. The jobs which existed 10 years ago will disappear. And we do not know what kind of new jobs will be coming on forth in the next 10 years. And this is a point I want to emphasize, looking at the younger people here. Pursuing degrees and pieces of paper is striving for good GPAs, memorizing the material and reproducing the material at the exam, and the teachers giving you the notes which they prepared long time ago. That is a passé. If you indulge in that, you will have a bleak future ahead of you. The word today is employability. That means lifelong learning skills. You have to keep on updating you. You have to absorb knowledge, you have to assimilate knowledge, and you have to apply knowledge to solve the real problems of your country, and that is what employability is going to be in the future. If you do that, you will continue to be a useful and a productive citizen of the country. But if you, in the rut of just getting a degree, 33% of graduates of Pakistani universities are unemployed because they have got degrees in the subjects for which there is no demand in the country. Therefore, it leads to the educationist, and Madam Shahnaz Wazir Ali has been a pioneer in this field. We have to rethink this whole compartmentalization of education. कि अगर आपने इंजीनियरिंग में जाना है तो ये प्री इंजीनियरिंग के सब्जेक्ट्स करो, अगर आपने मेडिकल में जाना है ये प्री मेडिकल. This is nonsense. We need a holistic, integrated, without any partition, without any boundaries. The students of social sciences should learn mathematics, should learn computer skills, digital skills, while the social scientists will prosper because they have the relevant skills, while the engineering students and science students should learn literature and social sciences because they become good human beings before becoming good professionals. And that, I think, is something we are missing. We have made these silos in which you have to fit in. The word today is STEAM education. It used to be STEM education. Now it is a STEAM education. Science, technology, engineering, and creative arts and mathematics. Why creative arts? Look at advertising. Look at accounting. Look at marketing. It is what your creativity is, which is going to bring you the dollars of the day. So you have to choose the profession or the line in which you feel you are comfortable, because there is no bar in going for music, for art, for performing arts, because those are creative professions. and you can do very well in those. But first, you must be a good human being, a very good citizen, and then a good professional. That is the sequence in which, if you imbibe yourself, you would do very well in the future. So knowledge by itself is not useful. Application of knowledge to solve the real problems is what we require. I came last night late from Larkana, and I was surprised that there is no linkage between the universities in Larkana and the agriculturists, the farmers, or the businessmen in Larkana. This is not just one city. I go all over the country. The academics do not talk to the businesses. They do not talk to the agriculturists. They have problems which require the attention of the academics. But the academics are writing esoteric papers to be published in the refereed journals, which can be read by only 10 people. I did my PhD in economics a long time ago. I can't read any of the latest journal articles because my knowledge is completely, outdated. This is only a dozen people who can read the refereed journal articles. But we have problems of all kinds, of population growth, of lower productivity in agriculture. We have non-competitive industrial sector. And this is what the students and the teachers at the universities should do. And finally, because my time is over, I want you to be looking at global village as your destination. Do not look just inside Pakistan. There are now opportunities for you to go to the advanced countries and learn and expose yourself, and that is what the world is going to be. Japan and Korea already have a lower population growth rate, and being culturally monolithic, they have opened up their doors for the first time to the foreigners, but skilled foreigners. And they have asked Pakistan to provide them 30,000 professionals by 2030. That means you have to be tailor-made according to the requirements of the Japanese, learn the Japanese language. So have the Koreans done that. And Germany is going to be next on the declining curve, and then other European countries. So you have an aging population in the West, and you have surplus youth population in India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh. And this will actually be the transfer from the surplus to the deficient countries, which will help all of you. So those who are always criticizing brain drain, I tell them it is not brain drain. It is brain circulation in a global village. You go, learn, expose yourself, imbibe the best practices, come back to your country, and make contribution. And I give you my own personal example. I was a civil servant, and if I had not gone to the World Bank, one day I would have become the governor of the State Bank. But the 20 years of exposure to the different countries of the world have completely changed my mindset. I could not have done anything like this if I had stayed back in Pakistan only, because I didn't know what is happening in the rest of the world. But when I did that as a capsule as to what works and what doesn't work, I was able to make an humble contribution to this country. And this is my message, that don't be shy of competing with the rest of the world, because we are living in a global village. Thank you very much.